Hi, I'm Pete Andresen with Andresen & Associates, and I am coming to you from Coco Grove Beach Resort on Siquijor Island in the Philippines, way off the beaten track. It's quite a nice place. I hate to be coming back, but work calls, so here I come. Tonight's my last night here. But before I show up and get back to Salinas, California, I thought I'd talk about gold. Gold is an interesting thing. Some of my clients have been asking about it. Some of my clients have even invested in it. And I wanted to discuss gold because it's a big feature here as we deal with the financial uncertainties of 2023. The big thing about gold is that essentially it has, in the long run, kept up with inflation. Basically, in Elizabethan England, the saying was that you could buy a men's suit with 2 pairs of pants with an ounce of gold, and that's certainly true now. Gold has kept up with inflation. The challenge is that it has done so very intermittently. There have been decades when it was absolutely the best thing to own, and everybody got in, usually at the high. And then there have been times when gold absolutely died for a decade. It was outlawed back in the 1930s. It was outlawed to own gold. You could own stock shares that mined gold, but you couldn't own gold itself, which was a bit of government overreach in my opinion. But the basic concept of gold is that it retains its value when other investments die, and that's the key to gold. Gold tends to go up when financial uncertainty soars. So when times are hard and we have recession, deflation, interest rates going down, gold tends to soar. That's the key here. If we have a recession, gold very easily could soar and do quite well. It's at near an all-time high right now, so I am in no way convinced that it will, but it might. Another thing about gold is that it's extremely faddish. People love it, and they love it for a long time, and then they hate it after it disappoints them, and then they hate it, and it goes away for a decade. The other thing about gold is that when interest rates rise, gold tends to decline. Actually, it's not correlated. I mean, historically it might change, but gold tends to function very much as a barometer of how much security investors have in the global economy. When there's political unrest, when there's economic unrest, but most of all when there's uncertainty, gold goes up. When people feel pretty good about the world, gold tends to go down. So, if you invest in gold right now, what you are betting on is that there will be a recession, perhaps a bad recession. You're betting that gold will respond to a declining economy and deflation. If the economy stays hot as it is now, eventually gold could very easily crack, because unlike treasury bills, gold is a sterile asset. It produces no revenue, it produces no dividends. So, big-time long-term investors like Warren Buffett stay far away from it. They don't touch it. Other big-time long-term investors like First Eagle buy a position in gold, but they sell it when uncertainty rises. So a long-term investment in gold is a decent thing if it's a small portion of your portfolio, but a large-term strategic bet on gold is genuinely a bet. It's a bet. You're betting that the economy is going to decline, that we're going to have some sort of economic collapse. If we have an economic collapse, it's going to absolutely soar. If we don't, it's likely to decline. And the other thing is that we don't really know what's going to happen. With that in mind, that's the Pacific Ocean. I'm in the Philippines one more night. So I send you blessings and best wishes. Call me about gold if you have any questions.